Welcome to the Dollars and Cents podcast with Wes the Economist and Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist. We're reporting to you live from the Wave Beach Realty Studios in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Give us a call today at 843-957-3872. All right, guys, welcome back into the Dollars and Cents podcast with Wes the Economist. I am Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist. We are on episode 31, season 1. And we are back today with, what are we talking about? Oh, Marco Rubio and all the craziness with USAID.
Yeah. Oh, just in general, he was on Capitol Hill the last few days.
Yeah,
and
going off.
He sounded like the guy from 2016. I thought that guy was gone.
Yeah, he had a little fire under him.
A lot of fire.
Yeah.
And just in their face.
Yeah.
He told the guy who went to have margaritas with the
El Salvadorian.
El Salvadorian, and just told him off. I'm surprised that the chair actually was allowing him to keep talking.
I know. Yeah.
But he's just like, yeah, we're going to keep doing this stuff. So some of the stuff he's done, obviously they are revoking visas.
Yeah. For people who just cause disturbance. I imagine if I'm living in any foreign country and I'm there on a work or student visa and I'm causing any type of disruption, they're going to kick me out of the country if I'm causing an issue.
So why is it different here?
Yeah, I don't know, because we're supposed to be like, I don't know what people think. I don't know what.
Well, and there's one of the senators said, aren't they given that right under the First Amendment?
Yeah.
And that brings up the whole conversation. Does a non-citizen get constitutional rights? They get human rights. Well, I would treat them unhuman.
Right.
But do they get constitutional rights?
They shouldn't. They should be able to just, like, to an extent. Like, I feel like if you're here on a visa or obviously illegally and you're in the country, we should be able to just say, no, you got to go if you violate a law or you're being disruptive. Or I mean, obviously there's a thin line with the word disruptive, but if you're causing like issues and it's like being brought to your attention enough where you're thinking about kicking them out, it's probably an issue. I just can't imagine having a visa to go to any country as a student or for like a work visa, and I'm causing some type of issue or I'm disturbing a college campus or whatever I'm doing, or a protest or whatever I may be doing. I would imagine eventually the country's like, listen, dude, you got to go. You got to get out of here. And I would expect that. I'm like, well, I did it to myself. So I don't know what the uproar. I think they just, on the other side, they're just mad and want to try to find any little thing they can, because they're never going to compliment anything that's being done correctly.
And they're siding with people like this guy from El Salvador.
I never understand that.
I honestly think they thought it was something they could get behind and get public sentiment behind without doing the research, which they seem to be doing a lot lately.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Cortez and Sanders have been flying all over the place in their planes. Did you hear what he said about that?
What Bernie said about his plane? Like not wanting to have to wait.
Yeah,
he's like, what do you expect me to just wait in line with everybody else? I'm Bernie Sanders. I'm like, okay, bro, whatever.
He did. I don't know if you saw it on the podcast. I don't know which podcast it was, but he admitted to the Democrats' process of electing candidates was wrong.
Yeah, he was on a podcast. I saw the clip of it, and he was like, they called him out on something. He was like, well, fair point.
Fair point, yeah. Several times. Yeah. Basically, that the Democrats are the ones also, they were saying also, I don't think it's
they were using him as an example of that they
16,
kicked him out of the election.
He should have been the nominee in 16, and they made sure he was not because of superdelegates.
Yep. And just even what they did to RFK, the reason he's behind with Trump is because of what they did to him. Yeah. It's weird. You have to play by the certain rule book, or they just oust you, or you force you to leave.
Ask Tulsi. Same thing. I mean, it's, you either fall in line or you get out.
Yeah.
I had all these people complaining about the Republicans and them not being solidified like the Democrats. Well, I'm glad they're not. I don't want all the Democrats walking lockstep, Republicans walking all lockstep about everything.
Right.
They barely got that bill passed, which I'm sure we'll talk about on one of the quick clips coming up, with one vote, with two voting president and two voting against it.
Right. Yeah.
And the two, I think, voted against it was because we're going to have to increase the debt limit by a lot again because we're going to be spending so much money still.
Right. Yeah.
So, but back to Rubio, he's been on, I don't know what he was up to for, I guess just oversight. Yeah. But one guy was getting on about USAID, not getting the food out like they should. And he just is like, it's not us. We've approved it. We can't make it. We don't. Basically, he was saying we don't have trucks and planes. We don't move it.
Right.
We've approved it. It's been paid. Go talk to the contractors who are
Right.
not doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, if you've cut funding for some of the stuff that's being wasteful, I don't know why they're cutting the jobs for the people. It's like they cut the jobs of people that are actually important and not the people that are probably committing the fraud and waste. It's like, well, now we just don't have a job for those people, but we got to cut somewhere because we were making money off it. It doesn't seem like, it doesn't make sense. If you're cutting funding to certain things that don't affect the actual aid being given, then the people that are actually packaging up and shipping this, they shouldn't be the ones losing that shouldn't be the people that are getting cut from their jobs. So
And
that doesn't
I'm
really
sure
make sense to me.
I'm sure it's some kind of bureaucracy junk.
Oh yeah.
Because I think Rubio's right when he said the State Department has approved it, it's been sent out.
Right.
But then the process has to happen.
Right.
And the problem with that is the government is not efficient at anything.
No. We can see that.
Oh, sorry. So I got
Yeah.
so you're giving you nightmares over here. Let me give you something better.
I mean,
Here you go. Is that better?
as bad as the credit card debt is, we're still in better shape credit card debt wise than the country is on their debt wise.
Oh,
by a
that's
long
true.
shot.
By a
It's
long
like, well,
shot.
you can't say anything to us, but
Eisenhower Dental, located at 107 Waccamaw Medical Park Drive in Conway, a place where you can find all your dental services, including general dentistry, cosmetic, restorative, and pediatric dentistry. Reach out to them today at their website, eisenhowerdental.com, or call them at 843-234-3110, 843-234-3110, and tell them Wes the Economist sent you.
when life gets unpredictable, turn to a partner you can trust. At Bobby Clary State Farm, we've got you covered. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, we're dedicated to providing personalized coverage that fits your needs. With our friendly and knowledgeable team, navigating your insurance options have never been easier. Visit bobbyclary.com or call 843-438-6000. Bobby Clary State Farm, here to help life go right. Yeah, I mean, I think I know we're kind of jumping now, but it made me think of it, jumping to like credit and stuff. You've got these companies now like Klarna and what are these? Pay later. There's a few of them. There's 3 of them. But if you go to like check out on like Amazon, it's like pay this in 5 and stuff. You can even do it on like Uber Eats. You can like pay your Uber Eats order in like 6 installments. And I think I think Klarna, one of the main companies, was like had like a $200 million loss because of all the people defaulting. It's like you're giving loans to people who are just using it for like because you're offering the money.
Yeah.
And all you're putting is a card on file. They're just gonna take the money out of that account and default on it. They don't care about their credit.
Yeah.
You're giving loans to people that for like Uber and just anything.
Yeah.
I don't know what they expected to happen, but every time I check out on anything now, it's like, oh, you can just pay this over time with 6% interest with Klarna.
Well, it's probably like the credit cards. I mean, if credit cards,
It's a lot cheaper interest, but yeah.
yeah, but if credit cards, if probably half of the people defaulted on the credit cards, they still make money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I mean, I'm
If you
sure
start
that
if you
I'm sure the
default-
company that they're like Uber Eats, I'm sure they're paying a fee to have it on there.
Yep.
And then they're counting on half the people to pay it.
Yep.
So they may lose $2 million on things not being paid, but how much profit did they make?
Right,
Is the
yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Because people love to pay. People are more worried now about paying their monthly payments than they are what they're actually paying.
I know.
When you saw, I just got a car, and I did get some money against it because I got such a low interest rate on it, 6% on a car.
It's not bad.
And so I was, I'll use your money and I'll keep my cash. And so, but I was more worried about the principal. And I got a good bank. I do with South Carolina Federal Credit Union.
Yep.
I just got a location here finally. I was getting ready to change over and found out they had a location down there,
Nice.
Market Commons.
Yeah.
Went in there, great people in there, and even there though they're worried about. Well, this is how much it is. I don't care about the monthly payment.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at how much I'm borrowing and how much it's going to cost me to borrow it.
Yeah, the financing charge.
The finance charge, and I'm not going to take 3 years to pay this car off, but basically I borrowed money for 3 years, and if I want to use the full loan, it's going to cost me $250 a year to use it.
Yeah.
So that's about $20 a month.
Yep.
$20 a month, and
Yep.
that's what I look at. What's the price of using that money?
Yeah.
That's the economist in me. Interest is the price of using somebody else's money, and if I can get away with it,
Yep.
that's why you don't pay off loans that have been a 5-year loan. You don't pay it off in the 4th year.
Right.
Because you've already paid all the interest, you might as well use the money at that point.
Right, exactly. Yeah, once you're that far about that on the back side of the loan, most of it's going to principal.
Yeah.
At that point, there's no more interest left to eat up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, the other thing people don't realize, if you can take out a 5-year loan, But if you double up on your payments in the beginning, you're going to pay it off a lot quicker. And you're not going to pay near as much interest.
Right.
But I don't even know if lenders really. I know they don't want you to, obviously, but
Yeah.
some of the people I deal with financing, I don't think they understand what they're doing.
No, a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't understand. I mean, I make with my spare money that I have, I put it towards my mortgage payment principal every month. I never make the minimum. I make it, and then I have an extra principal payment that goes out at the same time because I'm cutting that year 30, 29, 28, 27, all the way down to. I should knock about 12 to 15 years off of mine when it's done. I'm going to turn mine into a 15-year loan.
There you go.
But it's because if not, I'd be paying a couple $100,000 more for the same house.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exactly a lot of money.
It is. It really is.
So yeah.
Anything else on Rubio?
Oh yeah, that's where we started, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I like what he's doing. I mean, listen, I'm all for cutting wasteful spending. Obviously, I know that we do a lot of charity and aid work around the world. As long as it's actually going to that, if that's really happening, I would totally be okay if he would be like, all right, let me look at what's happening with this, and if it's something that is a mishap on our end, we fix it. With what the guy was saying about Rhode Island not having 186,000 boxes of aid going out. But if the money's there and you're not paying people to ship it out with that money, where's the money that they use to fund it actually at? Is it are you pocketed it now because you can't use the wasteful money that they were just giving you that you were using on orangutan sex changes or whatever whatever they were doing with it, or calling it. But I don't know. There's just so much waste and fraud going on that it's hard for me to believe anything that they say or saying is going on. It's just like, how do I really know? You don't. True. You just have to just assume they're lying or not lying, and it just is what it is. But I guess it remains to be seen.
And lots more to get to. Next quick clip probably will be on Biden. Oh, so much on Biden to talk about.
Lovely.
All right, we will see you on the next one.
All right.
Mortgage payment, insurance payments, credit card payments. They can be very overwhelming. Are you ready to take the time to get things under control? Then reach out to me at Clark Financial Coaching to see if we can get you started with a budget and then a vision for the future. Write me at coachwesc@gmail.com. That's coachwesc@gmail.com.
Are you looking to buy a home in North or South Carolina? You need to reach out to Wave Beach Realty today. We are a family-owned company with over 10 years of experience in North and South Carolina and operate along the Grand Strand. Give us a call today at 843-957-3872. That's 843-957-3872. Thanks for listening to the Dollars and Cents Podcast with Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist and Wes the Economist. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and X at DollarsCentsGS and on Facebook at Dollars and Cents.